Will Rind, you've been studying gold and the presidency recently. Tell me, what have you found?
Well, I think when we look at historically gold prices, particularly presidential approval ratings, what's interesting is we found a negative correlation between approval ratings and the gold price. So, for example, gold prices go up when presidential approval ratings go down, and vice versa. And one particular interesting finding we have was under Obama, the presidencies of Obama and Carter, both presidents have witnessed an all-time high gold price during their time, and also have seen a correlation with approval ratings. So when Obama first came into office, his approval rating was very high and rose. That corresponded with a fall in the gold price. And then there was a point where his approval ratings began to turn, and the gold price rallied and has continued and made an all-time high on the back of it.
What about vice presidential approval ratings? Because we have a big debate tomorrow night. Does that count?
Not in the same way. So I think the presidential approval rating is the most important thing. But an interesting correlation, I think, with gold prices. And gold prices, again, just for the relevance, is a kind of barometer of government competence, of sound fiscal policy. So when the gold price is high or rising, typically also means that there's loose monetary policy within the administration.
Well, it's certainly worth looking at. But what about Europe? Because right now everyone's watching Europe. Now we're watching Spain to see whether or not they'll get their money. Is that the next big thing, the next big catalyst which will move gold higher?
I think so. Right now, of course, the numbers for global GDP growth are not looking that particularly rosy. So everyone's looking at Europe, and I think the next chapter in Europe is Spain asking for a bailout, which of course, kind of rather perversely, they have to do before they can get access to the European funds. So market is kind of waiting for that, and consensus seems to be they expect Spain to do that. But right now, that is pressuring the euro, which is probably a good thing for gold. So we wait to see what happens with Spain.